I know, I'm terrible, which is why I'm gonna order the cheesecake.
Hello again everyone, I hope you are doing well. It is time to do an update on the world's favourite cow fart driven stock, Clean Energy Fuels, or ticker symbol CLNE.
Ah! Ah! Oh, yes! Yes! Oh!
Since my last update about 2 weeks ago, following Clean Energy Fuels' better than expected earnings results, the stock rightfully went on a strong rise, gaining almost 20% a week after the results came out. However, due to last week's wider state of economic greyness in the face of further pleasing company news, Clean Energy Fuels declined to its lowest year-to-date price of $6.43 per stock. Since Friday, like much of the market, Clean Energy Fuels has been recovering quite nicely, with Monday being a particularly strong day for the stock, rising 7.5% to close the regular session at $7.31 per stock. What I want to do in this video is unpack the latest trading data, have a look at the good news that was released by Clean Energy Fuels, and try to get an understanding on what we could expect from the stock in the near to medium future. But before I do that, I want to quickly remind you viewers here that I'm planning on setting my channel up as a social enterprise going forward, meaning that I want to use the money raised from YouTube advertising to support a range of good causes that I feel passionate about, and I'm sure many others out there do as well. I think it's a unique way to make a difference. Rather than people donating money, people are supporting the causes simply by watching videos like this one. So I want to encourage people to sign up to this channel and support this unique initiative. We're getting closer to that 1,000 sub mark, so thank you to everyone who has joined up so far. With that out of the way, let's get into this Clean Energy Fuels stock update. Looking at this 10-minute chart for the past 2 weeks of trade, we can get an easy understanding of how the stock has fared since they released their June quarter results. As expected, there was a strong rally for the stock, with the positive news of better than expected results, with the company achieving a non-GAAP profit for the quarter of 1 cent per stock, which was a vast improvement on a series of losses that had been run in quarters previous. However, we can see when the grey macro conditions started setting in on the market, and there was a strong price decline for CLNE, along with many other stocks, including the wider energy sector. Most of this was due to a fall in the 10-year Treasury bond yield. It was on the 17th of August, pre-market, that Clean Energy Fuels released a swath of other bullish news for the stock, which we will look at shortly. We can see the stock did hold flat for the day, but further decline came through the week. However, since Friday, we started to see a turnaround for the stock that was especially punctuated yesterday on the 23rd of August, where there was a 7.5% gain for the day. This is a point I will come back to soon, along with some more technical analysis, but first I want to look at the news that came out on the 17th of August for Clean Energy Fuels. So the news that was released by Clean Energy Fuels last week was that they announced several new fueling deals with various government bodies across the United States, totaling 26 million additional gallons of fuel to be sold between now and 2025. I will link the full release in the video description, but the deals are from all over the United States with various government agencies, including Pasadena, Santa Monica, Ventura County and Sacramento in California, Buffalo in New York, Lincoln and Omaha in Nebraska, and Fort Smith in Arkansas. How did I go with my American geography and pronunciation? Fun fact, I have had the privilege of visiting one of those areas before. Have a guess in the comments if you like which one it is. I feel like, considering that I'm from outside the USA, it might be a little easier to work out which one I went to. Anyway, these deals collectively represent approximately a 2% increase in sales for the company for this period of time. I base this on the June quarter results, where Clean Energy Fuels managed to sell just over 100 million gallons of fuel. These deals also represent a further expansion of CLNE's station network, as they will take over 3 pumping stations in Nebraska and will be building a new station in Arkansas. So there is more to the deal other than just fuel sales. Also, the nature of these deals could lead to a further expansion by the various governments who are now going to be using Clean Energy Fuels RNG. This expansion taking place into other potential government vehicles within their respective jurisdictions. I also believe these types of deals will create good sentiment for the company and may see other governments begin using Clean Energy Fuels RNG product, which is the only negative emission fuel source currently on the market. So it's all good news for the company.
Oh! Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, hang on a second.
Switching back to the charts, we have a 5-minute chart of the last week's trade. As we mentioned before, there was a return in the upward momentum for the stock on Friday and Monday's trade. I believe much of this is being spurred on by the news release last week that was at the time washed out in the negative macro headwinds. Before these headwinds appeared, the stock had been as high as $8.30. So based on that price level alone, there is still quite a bit of upside for the stock. Now, it's probably worth also mentioning that there is a 12-month average price target for the stock of $12 per share. So with this price target in mind, there is still another potential 40% that this stock could go up within the next 12 months. However, I actually expect this price target to be revised in the near future as the company has been beating earnings expectations. Looking at the RSI data yesterday, when the stock was in oversold territory, the stock price did temporarily contract before continuing its upward rally, and the strong sentiment the stock saw suggests that we may indeed see a continuation of this movement upwards. However, it is worth keeping in mind that the Jackson Hole Symposium is set to take place this week, and the discussions and announcements that come out of this event can possibly have wide implications for sentiment towards stocks in general. So it's a space that, while not directly impacting clean energy fuels, may play a role in the fortunes for the stock price this week and into next. And finally, just really quickly, we can see that the enthusiasm for the clean energy fuels stock did continue into the aftermarket as it managed to gain another 4 cents in the aftermarket session, but I wouldn't read too much into this figure alone as it is a very low volume trading session. So some final thoughts, and to answer that original question of what is going on with the clean energy fuels stock, well, the company has been having a swath of good news. However, much of that seems to be facing major headwinds from a negative macro environment, although we have started to see a bit of a reversal of that over the last 2 days. I feel it is important to mention the looming Amazon deal. It seems to be something that is worth bringing up when talking about clean energy fuels. I said earlier that Amazon is likely to execute on their stock warrants of 20% if clean energy fuels can shape up as a major energy provider. I think this continued growth in their client list will only help this cause. I honestly think that clean energy fuels' potential to use RNG as a general power source may be a long-term plan that they and Amazon may have as a means of expanding the company's overall energy footprint. So any good news for CLNE is good news for this cause of Amazon coming on board as an owner of the company. I wouldn't be surprised if there are new deals like the ones we've discussed in this video announced by Clean Energy Fuels in the coming months. As the world increasingly tries to go green, they honestly have one of the best offerings for this. And as a result of this, I expect the current stock rally, barring any poor macro or company news, to continue. As I mentioned, there is an average 12-month price target for the stock of $12. That's almost 40% up on the current $7.31 stock valuation. And for that reason, I'm personally continuing to accrue my position in the stock. Anyway, what do you guys think? Do you think the current price level is a bargain of an entry point? Do you think Clean Energy Fuels will realise its 12-month $12 per share price target? Let me know in the comments below. If you want to see more Clean Energy Fuels or other stock related updates, I encourage you to subscribe to the channel. By doing so, you are helping to support the social enterprise initiative I'm hoping to turn this channel into in the very near future, where just by watching videos, people are helping to support good causes at no financial cost. So I encourage you to be a part of that. It's a good opportunity to use the power of YouTube for a social good. Anyway, until next time guys, may the markets trade in your favour. Cheers.